This is Binary Gamer here, and today I have a review for the Neo Geo X. So guys, this is a Neo Geo. It has 20 games preloaded from Cyber Up, Alpha 2, Fatal Fury, a couple other more games, Last Resort. Let's take a close look at this. So guys, here's the Neo Geo. We have the headphone jack, the brightness level, the volume rocker, then we have the game cart on off switch, then we'll have HDMI, AV out, HDMI, this is USB, AV out, and HDMI. We have the L1, L2 triggers, and R2, R1. And these are how it sounds like. Then let's look at the front of it. The front is, we have this little analog stick here with, it has a lot of clicky noise. You use this to actually move around. The face buttons are right here. We have the start and menu. Only thing I have a problem with this was the actual trigger buttons. When you're actually playing like Final Fight or something, these buttons are really hard to press. Mostly the R1 and L1 buttons, they're really, it's really hard if you're playing like Final Fight or something. Oh, Fatal Fury. If you're playing Fatal Fury, it's really hard to do. It does come, if you got the limited edition, you did get the home base and the joystick pad. So let's look at that next. So we have the Neo Geo X home base dock, and we have the ports are basically, we have an HDMI cable, an AV out, and a DC in for the power of this device. We have a menu button right here. We have USB docks right here, power on off, and this is just how to open it right here. Bam. We have the SNK logo. We have some instructions. When you put it in, you do have to turn off the Neo Geo, and I feel like this is the only way you can actually charge the Neo Geo as well. It'll go right in. You have to turn it off. So you just go through here. We have the USB, AV out, and HDMI cable ports right here. Just plug it in and you're good to go. And then we have the fight stick, and let's look at that. So this is the Neo Geo's arcade fight stick. It does connect with the USB connection with the home base. It cannot connect with the actual handheld itself. And let's see, you can hear the sound there. I'll talk more about this in the overall review. There was some sort of a lag when we connected to the home base where we were playing, Fatal Fury or anything like that. It felt like a lag in the actual, like maybe a second or two lag, but in a fighting game, there should be no lag. There's no anything on the side. It's just a normal fight stick. So let's go back to the handheld. So before we go back to the handheld, let's look at the game you get, and the game you will receive if you got the collector's edition was the Ninja Master for the Neo Geo X handheld. It will go inside the game slot on the side. Compared to a PS Vita cartridge, it's almost the same size but a little bit different. I don't know if you guys can notice this. Let's look at the back. It just looks like a normal SD card. I think this is just a normal SD card. So like compared to another SD card, we have the yellow tabs on the side. It's just missing the. So it's basically a normal SD card. So hopefully, if there's a hacker community for this, we can just put the games in a USB drive and just play it on a Neo Geo emulator. So let's do basically overall review is the handheld itself. There's a pretty cool design on the back. It has a little kind of a grooves right here. It has the SNK logo on the back. Then basically, it just loads up the games. The game slots are here, so you can just install the game. Well, plug in the game right there. It loads up like a normal Neo Geo would. And then overall review would be, there was some problems I had. This is actually my second Neo Geo, since my first one, actually when I put in the charging dock, it was turned off, but smoke started coming out of it, started burning up, it smelled like burning plastic inside of it. So I did go back to GameStop, and luckily they ordered a replacement unit, so I was okay. So I got two. That's why I have this one. The form factor is pretty cool. It really does work in your hands. Battery hours, I had 3 or 4 hours, like good amount of it. And we came up with another problem when we connected to the TV. There was screen tearing. Sometimes the audio wasn't actually playing. Then when we used the arcade stick, there was a lag. So if you want to buy this, I would recommend just the handheld itself. There was no lag, no screen tearing at all. It works perfectly fine. But when you have the joystick with the home base system, there was a lag when we used HDMI. I read somewhere where AV is a little bit better, but who wants to use AV? So guys, overall, would I recommend this? Yes, I would recommend this. Well, yes and no. I would recommend the handheld. So if you just want to spend $129, the handheld is the way to go. I did not feel like you needed to spend the extra, I think around $70, $70 to $80 for the arcade stick and the home base console. So for this, $129, totally worth it. Just hopefully SNK or Tomy, I think that's the partner company, does support this. If not, hopefully the emulator group people will help us support the longevity of this handheld. Um, the whole thing together, $129. Yes, it's a total buy, but everything else, it came with that home base thing. I don't recommend the home base system at all. There was screen tearing while we were using the home base, but when we're just using the handheld itself, it works perfectly fine. So guys, that was my review. Like if you liked the review, leave a comment if you did get one of these, and are you planning to get one of these. Subscribe down there now actually, and peace. See you next time.